Are the Lakers on the verge of a game-changing trade that could reshape their entire season? As the trade deadline approaches, whispers of a blockbuster deal are heating up, and fans should be bracing for some exhilarating news. Imagine adding a defensive powerhouse to our lineup. Could this be the move that elevates LeBron and AD's championship aspirations? Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to keep up with all the latest updates on our beloved Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are in a critical moment as we approach the February 6 trade deadline. The whispers around the league suggest that the Lakers might be looking to make a significant move. And one name that's generating buzz is none other than Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors. Now, let me tell you, as a diehard Lakers fan, the thought of adding a player of Green's caliber to our roster is both exciting and a little nerve-wracking. So, let's break this down. If the Lakers were to pull off a deal for Draymond, the proposed trade involves sending Rui Hachimura, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick to Golden State. I can see why this trade could be tempting for both sides. For the Lakers, bringing in Draymond means a massive upgrade on defense. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year who can guard all 5 positions. And can you imagine the defensive duo of Green and Anthony Davis? That's a nightmare for any opposing offense. Now, I know some fans might feel uneasy about giving up Rui and Max, 2 promising young talents. But let's face it, this Lakers team needs to bolster its playoff chances now. We're not just looking for a temporary fix. We want to compete for championships, and Draymond could be a game changer. He brings that intensity and veteran leadership that we desperately need. Plus, he would surely appease Davis, who has been vocal about wanting a strong defensive presence alongside him. On the other side of the coin, the Warriors are in a tough spot. After starting the season strong, they've fallen off significantly, sitting at 11th in the Western Conference. Trading Draymond might seem counterintuitive for a team that has been a dynasty, but they may need to start thinking about the future. The Lakers' first-round pick could be a valuable asset for a team looking to rebuild. So, from a strategic standpoint, it makes sense for both teams, though it's not without its emotional toll. Honestly, I'm torn on this. Would I love to see Draymond in the purple and gold? Absolutely. But at what cost? Losing 2 young players and a first-round pick could sting down the line, especially if they develop into stars. Yet, the reality is that if we want to make a serious title run, we might need to take that leap of faith. It's a classic case of win now versus build for later, and as a fan, I'm inclined to lean toward the former. The Lakers have a history of making bold moves when the stakes are high. This is a franchise that thrives on pressure and expectations. If they were to land Draymond, it would send a clear message to the rest of the league. We are all in on this season. The Los Angeles Lakers are at a critical crossroads in their season, sitting at 25-18, solidly in playoff contention but still not quite where they need to be to solidify themselves as true contenders in the Western Conference. The whispers from LeBron James and Anthony Davis about needing more help have reached a crescendo, and the front office knows it must act before the February 6th trade deadline. Recently, an intriguing trade proposal surfaced that could potentially bring Chris Paul to Los Angeles. And honestly, I'm torn about whether this is the right move for the franchise. Imagine this. The Lakers acquire Chris Paul and Zach Collins from the San Antonio Spurs in exchange for Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and Jalen Hood-Schifino. On the surface, it looks like a win-win. For the Lakers, adding a seasoned leader and one of the greatest floor generals in NBA history could be exactly what they need. Chris Paul, despite being nearly 40, is still averaging 9.5 points and 8.2 assists. His ability to orchestrate an offense with precision would be invaluable, especially in high-pressure playoff situations where the Lakers have struggled to maintain composure. The consistency issues have been glaring. The Lakers rank 17th in scoring and 14th in offensive efficiency. Adding Paul not only addresses the need for better shooting, he's hitting 36.4% from 3, but also allows LeBron to conserve energy by playing off the ball more. This could be a game-changer for a team that often leans too heavily on its stars. If Paul can create easier looks for Anthony Davis, who's already having a phenomenal season averaging 25.9 points and 11.9 rebounds, the offensive landscape for the Lakers could shift dramatically. And let's not overlook the defensive side of things. While Paul may not be in his prime, his instincts and positioning are still top-notch. Pairing him with Austin Reeves could Give the Lakers a robust backcourt that can take some of the load off LeBron and Davis, allowing them to focus on scoring and rebounding. As for Zach Collins, he adds a versatile presence in the frontcourt, providing rim protection and depth that the Lakers desperately need, especially with Jared Vanderbilt sidelined. On the flip side, the Spurs are in full rebuild mode centered around Victor Wembanyama, and moving Chris Paul makes sense for them as well. They'd be getting Rui Hachimura, a young forward who can stretch the floor and defend multiple positions, alongside Jalen Hood-Schifino, a first-round pick with untapped potential. Gabe Vincent, while not having a standout season, could still provide valuable veteran leadership for their young core. Clearing Paul's salary off their books gives San Antonio financial flexibility, allowing them to focus on developing their young talent. But here's where I find myself conflicted. Do the Lakers really need to rely on a 39-year-old point guard to push for a championship? While Paul has proven he can still play at a high level, we've seen how injuries can derail even the most promising seasons. The chemistry and fit need to be right, and there's always the risk of disruption when bringing in a veteran with such a commanding presence. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Is Chris Paul the solution to our offensive woes? Or are we setting ourselves up for disappointment? Can he coexist with LeBron and AD without stepping on their toes? The stakes are high and the clock is ticking. This trade proposal could elevate the Lakers back into true contender status, but it also carries significant risk. Every decision made by the front office could reshape the future of this team. I believe that if they pull the trigger on this deal, it needs to be with a clear vision for how to integrate Paul into the system and maximize his strengths while minimizing any potential disruptions. So, let's debate this. What do you think about this potential move? Would Chris Paul be the right fit for the Lakers, or should they explore different options? Don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay informed as we follow every twist and turn in this NBA season. The future of the Lakers is bright, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds.